What's up? This is Justin Coffin for the 330 Sports Show. Today is Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. Today is going to be a 10-minute Tuesday. We're going to get through everything here in 10 minutes, mostly focusing on basketball. We're going to check in with the Cleveland Cavaliers, see what they're up to. LeBron James is about to become the NBA's all-time scoring leader. We're going to check in with him and just some of his amazing stats. Kyrie Irving gets traded to the Mavericks, and we're going to look at the YSU men's and women's basketball teams as they're getting close to tournament time here for basketball season as we get into the middle of February. So let's start off with LeBron James, and of course, this is the 330 Sports Show, which means we have some great talented players, coaches, um, all sorts of different, famous people that have come through this area, whether it's Youngstown, Akron, Canton, you name it. But LeBron James, you could argue, is probably the most famous person that has ever come through this area. But LeBron James, in season 19, at age 38, is about to become the NBA all-time leading scorer. He is only 36 points behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's 38,337 points. LeBron, on top of that, is fourth all-time in assists. The three players in front of him, all point guards. LeBron is a 6'9", 6'10", power forward, small forward, whatever you want to say. Can even play the center position if you need him to. He is also 32nd all-time in rebounds, 10,576. This season, remember, this is season 19 for him. This season, 30 points per game average, 8.5 rebounds per game, 7.1 assists per game. For his career, 27.2 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, and 7.3 assists. And he is one of four players to win an NBA title with three different teams. Obviously, won two with Miami Heat. He has won 2016 with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and won the COVID year in the bubble with the Los Angeles Lakers. But just a fantastic player, and obviously was the best player on each of those championship winning teams. He will play tonight, but I expect him. I mean, he could very well break the record tonight. 37 points is, or excuse me, 36 points is not out of the question at any point for LeBron, but I expect him to break it Thursday. It's a nationally televised game, so we'll see what happens there. But I think he's going to break it Thursday night. That's my prediction. The sidekick to LeBron for that 2016 Cavalier team hit the most important shot in Cleveland Cavaliers history, that three to clinch the title over Golden State and Steph Curry. Uh, Kyrie Irving, ever since then, it's been kind of a mess. He is one of the most talented players in all of the NBA. This is his 12th season. He's played for the Cavs, the Nets, the Celtics. Now he's going to play for the Dallas Mavericks. His averages over 23 points a game, nearly 6 assists and 4 rebounds in over 600 games. He's also been a 7-time All-Star, but he is just not getting the job done from an on the court perspective, meaning he's not playing enough to earn a max contract. But when he is on the court, he looks phenomenal. But off the court, there's so many other things that he brings to the team that is more distracting and controversial than his play on the court might deem him his value. So we'll see what happens with the Mavericks. Luka Doncic, one of the top three NBA players in all of basketball right now. So you team Kyrie up with him, maybe the best ball handler in the league, one of the best finishers at the rim, and a great shooter. So the Mavericks, we'll see how this experiment goes. But for the Celtics, did not end well. For the Nets, did not go very well either. So we shall see. Now to LeBron and Kyrie's former franchise, the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're going to check in with them, and we're in the midst of another Cavalanche. They are on a 3-game win streak. They are now fourth in the Eastern Conference at 34-22, 5 games back of the Boston Celtics, and playing some really, really good basketball right now. Again, 3-game winning streak. They, just beat up the Washington Wizards and the Indiana Pacers the last 2 games. They have won 24 games by double digits, which is most in the NBA. 22-6 at home, best in the Eastern Conference. Getting better on the road, but still struggling at 12-16. Pretty solid versus the East, 20-10 and 14-12 versus the Western Conference. And as we know, 6-0 in overtime games this season. Their offensive rating, they play a very I hate to say they play slow basketball because they don't. Their pace of play is one of the slowest in basketball. However, their offensive rating is pretty solid, 11th best in the league. But they can play that way because their defense is so good. Just took over the first spot in defensive rating, only allowing about 110 points per 100 possessions. And they are second in net ratings, 5.4 points per game differential based on their opponents. We take a look at some of their leaders. Donovan Mitchell, about 27 points a game. Jared Allen, just under 10 rebounds a game. And Darius Garland, 8 assists a game. Also shooting the ball pretty well, nearly 49% from the field and 37% from the three-point line. We take a look. There are 5 games for the Cavs until the All-Star break. They will take on the Pistons Wednesday, 14-41. So they're struggling this year. That should be, you don't take any of these games for granted in the NBA, but that should be an easier game. They take on the Pelicans in New Orleans. Then they come back home for 2 games with the Bulls and the Spurs. And then right before the All-Star game, they will travel next Wednesday, February 15th, to Philadelphia to take on the Sixers in a pretty big game because that is who the Cavs are right behind in the Eastern Conference standings. Take a look month by month, starting off February hot, 3-0. So overall, their worst month of the year was January, going 8-8. But as long as you can be 500 or better month to month in the NBA, you should be pretty solid. So the Cavs hoping to get a top 4 seed and get home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. I want to spotlight Isaac Okoro. He's been much maligned throughout the season, but he is the only Cavalier to play in every single game this season, all 56 games. For the season, not really spectacular numbers, a little over 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. But the last 5 games, averaging nearly 12 points, 2.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 1 steal, shooting nearly 70% and 54% from the free throw line. Now, the trade deadline is coming up soon, but if Isaac Okoro can be the guy they hope him to be, he might be the answer they already need. So we'll keep an eye on the trade deadline, see what the Cavs do at the deadline here. And obviously the spotlight on the Cavs stars, Garland, Mobley, Allen, and Mitchell throughout the season, just putting up some great numbers. But this core 4, and then you throw in Isaac Okoro to that, if he can be the player they hope him to become, can be very, very dangerous come playoff time. And a real quick check-in with YSU basketball. They deserve a lot of credit. Head coach Jared Calhoun of the men's team, they are 11-3 in the Horizon League, first place in their conference, 19-6 overall on a 4-game winning streak, and one of the most efficient offensive teams in all of college basketball. They have 2 games on the road this weekend, at Fort Wayne on Friday and at Cleveland State on Sunday. So good luck to the Penguins and continuing to earn that top seed in the Horizon League conference tournament coming up soon. With the ladies, struggled over the weekend, but still have a really, really nice team, nice season, 10-4 in conference play, which is good for 3rd place in conference, 16-7 overall. They're 11-2 at home. They will play 2 home games this weekend, into the weekend. Thursday hosting Oakland, and Saturday they host Detroit. So good luck to Coach Barnes and the YSU Lady Penguins. A couple other real quick notes as we wrap up. Welcome Dimitri Young. I used to call him Demeat Hook. He was that was his nickname when he played for I believe it was the Philadelphia Phillies and St. Louis Cardinals. Um, but he was a two-time All-Star. Excuse me, St. Louis Cardinals. I don't know what I'm thinking there. But a really, really good left-handed batter with a lot of power. But will be the 2023 manager of the Mahoning Valley Scrappers. We're going to get into some of this NIL stuff in another show, but Jaden Rashada's NIL contract with the Florida Gators was an absolute mess. I just put up some of the details here from The Athletic, but very interesting. But that contract basically got canceled, and not a good look for NIL, and what it can become. Also, a reminder: Valentine's Day is coming up, so if you're on a budget, remember Justin Timberlake and his theory. Step one: cut a hole in the box. I'll let you take it from there. And obviously, this is Super Bowl week. Didn't want to get into it too much today because Thursday we will have a special show all dedicated to the Super Bowl. We will also have a guest on that day to talk about a few other things. But Thursday is going to be our Super Bowl show. We'll talk about the game. We'll talk about the teams. We'll go over a lot of prop bets and stuff like that. So, with that said, appreciate you guys watching. Follow us on social media. My name is Justin. Make sure to give the 330 Sports Show and Youngstown Studio alike on social media and follow us on all our platforms. Appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day. We'll